Been a minute.
Been that bitch.
It's been a minute.
It's Brittany, bitch. Sorry.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Listen to Me.
I feel like every episode starts with
This
us
shit,
laughing.
yeah, but I feel like that's hilarious. If only that was in video, that would be funny. Yeah, I know you. But yeah, so we're gonna be talking about tipping, how we feel about tipping, how much we should give.
First of all,
you
welcome
know?
back, Amanda and Pedro.
Welcome back, Amanda and Pedro. I'm sorry.
Like 30 episodes.
I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. The drink is getting to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Is that your second drink?
That is my second drink. But yeah, we got Pedro and Amanda here. Y'all want to say hi?
That's it?
Yeah.
So what's up,
I'm
y'all?
shy? Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we were gonna talk about tipping. So what do y'all think about tipping?
So tipping. I say it depends on the situation. Obviously, I think if it's a restaurant, it should be based on the service, not just like included automatically. Because what happens if you have like gratuities already included, but the service is ass?
That's happened multiple times with us.
I agree when you said the other day that you feel like places shouldn't have the gratuity included.
No, absolutely.
100%, because especially with these like high price places that they'll put high gratuity.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, damn, well, what if I don't want to give like $20 or $30 of gratuity? So yeah, I agree. I feel like that's not.
I get it that the rule of thumb is like 20% of the bill.
It's like 15, 18, 20, like they have those.
Like and a lot of times they'll have like the options underneath. You don't even have to do the math. But the thing is, it's like if the person who's taking care of you is doing a horrible job, why the hell are you going to give him a fat tip?
I agree.
I told the man that I'm somebody who always gives a good tip. I'm never like I don't cheap out when it comes to tips.
Yeah, I feel like especially in restaurants, if very attentive and they take care of you well.
Yeah. And
they don't just forget about you or brush you off or whatever. Or they're really friendly and they're just like have a conversation and all that stuff. I feel like then that's worth giving
whatever X amount.
Yeah, exactly. What's the highest tip you think it's good to tip?
I mean,
I don't have money. Look, I'll never forget Amy Schumer. You know who that is, right? The comedian. I never forget because she said in an interview she used to work, I think, in bars or restaurants or something before that. She has gone into like a bar or restaurant, and because she knows like how much these people get, like she's tipped like $600 or more to the person.
Bro,
but she got money, so that's different. But I mean,
I honestly just think it depends where you are, and then it depends on the service. That's what I think. I think that if you're gonna do your nails and you're gonna do like extensive nail art or you're gonna do your feet, you know that they're putting in work and you know that they deserve over a $20 tip. Like, facts. If you're a nail girl, you know what I'm talking about. If you're gonna go to a restaurant, like if you're gonna go to a Chili's and I always get like below average service at Chili's, that's like probably like a $12 tip or below.
Just because the food is expensive doesn't mean the service is
exactly.
You better be giving good service or you're gonna get a mediocre tip.
If you get it.
Because it's kind of like, I hope the food is good and I hope the service is good, So I feel like in Cheesecake Factory, I would say from like $10 to $20 the tip. I think 15 for that place is fine.
If I went to the Cheesecake Factory, if I went to whatever bougie place, Bad Bunny's restaurant or whatever, if the food is expensive, okay, great, fantastic, I'm paying for the food, but it's all on the service. Like if the food was like crap and it was a high-end place, but I got good service, I'm gonna tip them a good tip.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like
Bano $600, even if I had it like that, that's too much.
Yeah, no, I think if I had it if I had that kind of money, I would do that. But not every fucking time that I'm out. It's like, because you kind of want to pay it forward to people, because people work and they work for their money. So I feel like that's gonna make somebody's day, obviously. So I feel like if you could just do that once in a while, that would be great. Yeah. But no, I felt like that, how you're saying it, when mom I will never forget this.
God, this story I've heard
Yes, because I know y'all heard it, but the people haven't heard it.
I'm surprised they haven't yet.
So yeah, for real. I think it was around her birthday time, or I don't know, but we were celebrating something for her. And I decided, let me take you guys out and I'll pay whatever for the four of us. It's my mom, my brother, my sister, myself.
Foreshadow.
My mom, I think, wanted to go to Olive Garden because we don't go to Olive Garden like that. So we went. I think that was my first and only time I've gone to Olive Garden, if I'm being honest. So we went, and we had a Peruvian waiter or server.
So instant $20 tip.
And my mom's Peruvian and blah blah blah. So we ate. I didn't really like the food. But it was like whatever. But then my mom, I remember my mom really felt bad because she was like, the guy was friendly, he would be talking, blah blah blah. Yes, that's cool, that's fine.
Yeah.
It was just the fact that he was Peruvian.
Yeah, and then my mom was like, once we finished, she was like, and up in Spanish, but I was like, $50. I've never ever tipped that much in my life. I don't care if anybody calls me a cheap ass, but I've never tipped anybody $50. I feel like that's like almost a phone bill, half of a phone bill, if not. But yeah, like seriously. And so I was like, and then she was, trying to make me kind of feel bad or guilty, and was like, hey, like you should tip him because they work for their server or a waiter or waitress. They depend on that money. Because on top of the fact I was already paying for everybody else, I was like, then I have to be paying extra, whatever the bill is.
Wow.
Top of that, $50.
I would argue with her about that. But
so no, I didn't like it, but I wasn't gonna argue because we were celebrating her. So that's why I did it.
Give him $30.
So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I tipped in the $50. And I will never forget it. And to this day, that's if that time I have the money for it. And that time I was really like, the hostess or whatever was good. Like
that's when he got his taxes.
Yeah, but I don't do that often. Pero I will never ever forget that shit. I'm not Amy Schumer to be giving money like that. You know what I mean? So yeah. But that's my story.
So I'll just make a quick one.
Have fucking Olive Garden.
I always tip. And the only time that I haven't tipped was when I went to the bar that I always go to with my best friend. And at this point, they already recognized me because I was a regular. I would go there once every week or every other week. And the thing is, we got a different server this time. This girl was so rude and slow. And just put it this way. It was the only time that I never tipped my friend, because we had separate tabs. Wow. He's like, yo, how much are you gonna tip her? I'm like, I ain't tipping her shit.
That's
crazy. This service was ass. And keep in mind, even when the service is bad, I'll still tip them. Even if it's just $5, it's $5 her. I didn't give her a penny. That's how bad the service was.
It reminds me of Christopher and his bad haircut, and I think he still tipped the guy.
Yeah, but Christopher's an insolent fool. Christopher gets the worst haircut.
My brother got a really bad haircut.
Haircut.
I think apparently he told his barber what he wanted.
Yeah.
Didn't cut it the way that he said.
And he still goes to the same barber.
And he still give him tip afterwards.
Fool.
Because he's nice.
So I got
he's
nice enough to do that.
I'll tell you this though. The last time I went to a barber,
was in 2003.
Yeah, shut your mouth. Last time I went to a barber. Yes.
Oh shit.
The last time I went to a barber, the guy cut my hair and I wasn't really feeling it, but I was I'll tip him. And I guess I was just in a really good mood or something. I tipped him 20. And the thing is, for him, it was through Zelle. That was
the first and last time you ever
tipped the 20. What happened was when I got home, he was like, yo, hey, I didn't get the money. And he didn't. He didn't get the money. I guess he gave me the wrong digit for the last number or something. Pretty much it didn't go through and it didn't get taken out of my bank account or anything. You get me? So I'm like, oh shit, thank God. Because I got home and I looked at my haircut. I'm like, I don't like this shit. So I tipped him $10 less.
Oh, I would have done the same thing. Sure. Yeah.
So because the cut was 30 and I had given him 50. He didn't get the 50. He didn't get the 50. He got 40 instead. But I was like, shit. Thank God he didn't get the money at first.
Are you not gonna want to tell your story of
what story?
You tipping your nail lady or whatever?
What nail lady?
The one that fucked it up, the pregnant one.
Oh my god, that was a memory I had almost like I had tried to
put
forget.
It in the bag. Yeah.
Bitch. Okay, I'm the type of person that when I go to a specific place, it's to cut your hair, do your nails. I go to the same human being all the time if they do the job right. But my dumbass went to a nail spa where they do both hair and nails. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do my nails here. You know, the business has a very popular clientele, so I was like, they can't fuck it up. Like they can't.
Mm.
And they did. They fucked it up. They charged me cheap, but like they didn't do a good service. And like you can physically tell, and this was my dumbass, I would never do this ever again. You can physically tell that I look bad, but I didn't say anything. And I gave her a mediocre tip and I left. And I started washing clothes, and that shit started to peel off the color. And I literally
cracking too. Yeah, the nail was cracking.
Didn't you cry?
Yeah, I was getting there.
She was crying to me.
I had a mental breakdown because I was like, "What is so hard of like doing your job?" And that's the least of it. Like this, like I was upset because I was the first one there, and I had overheard the lady. She was pregnant. I had overheard her saying like how they have her working so much and she can't be like here for long. I don't know what the fuck. And I was like, great, I know this bitch is gonna have to attend me. And she was looking at me because I'm a big girl and she's like tiny me. And she was looking at me like, oh, like fuck, I gotta like do this girl's nails. And I was like, I was telling the hair lady, I'm like, I feel bad this girl's doing my nails. Like low key, can we have someone else do it? But anyways, I went back. I made a scene because then they started coming at me. And this is another thing. I don't know if this has happened to y'all, but when you go somewhere and you get bad service and you come back like trying to like claim that you got bad service in a respectful way, they try to come at you about it. Like they get mad that you're mad. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but they were mad that I was mad. And they were kind of giving me attitude at first. And like I stood my ground and I'm like, listen, it is what it is. Like they were trying to claim that, oh, yeah, you got, it's done bad, we'll fix it, but she didn't charge you for this. And I'm like, I didn't ask her not to charge me. If you guys want to charge me, but this is what it is. She didn't offer me anything. She saw my messed up nails because I have messed up nails, and she didn't offer no other service. She just painted on top. She did some weird shit there and she sent me off like that. Like that's not okay. So yeah, that bitch. And if I was meaner, I wouldn't write a fat ass review because I'd fucking do it. I'd be like the pregnant one with the long ass hair.
So what happened?
So I went back. I got a different girl. We all started talking shit about her, and they gave me great service. And I gave that girl a $40 tip because as much as the front desk lady was talking all the shit and then trying to act brand new after, the girl was on my side. She gave me really great service. They made me feel super comfortable. It was her and like 3 other girls. And she apologized. We made jokes. Like she made me feel great. She was talking about all the products, what she was doing. She was recommending me this because of this. Like that's what I expect when I go to places. She did not expect me to give her any tip because of the bad experience, but I gave her a $40 tip. And I think that's the most I think I've ever given a nail expert.
The funny part is when she called me, she said, babe, don't be mad. But... And she explained to me, and she's like, oh, and I gave her a $4 tip. I'm like, okay. She's like, oh, I thought you were going to freak out. I'm like, no, why the fuck you think I'm going to get upset? You're like, because you keep telling me to save money. I'm like, okay, but I get where you're coming from. Mm-hmm. I mean, the 20 was a fat tip, like way more than I would have given, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm never going back there again, though.
The only place I don't really tip is when I go to...
over the counter, outside, I don't care. I'll get that tip. Tip.
Hey, yo.
So what are we going to talk about? Have you ever offended anybody?
Oh, yeah. So next thing we're going to talk about... Sorry. Sorry, I was thinking
that drink got him zoning out. Damn.
What'd you put in that drink, John? There's just alcohol in there.
But yeah, it was, have you accidentally offended anybody? I have. That Marilyn would never, ever, ever fucking let me forget. I have a friend named Marilyn, and she had a girlfriend at the time. Well, no, I think it was an ex. Okay. That she saw at the gym. And I went to the gym with her, I think that time. And we ran into this girl. And this girl, the last time I saw her, was a lot thinner.
Oh
my gosh, Jonathan.
She was a lot thinner. Sometimes is that I don't, things just me sale. Like things just come out of my mouth and I don't just think it through. It just sort of just say it. I'm pretty sure it was along the line that I was saying that she didn't look the same as last time.
I hope she didn't have a negative response to you.
I think I told her that she gained a little bit of weight because I think she said, that she was at the gym because she knows that she gained weight, so she's trying to lose it. And I think I agreed. I was like, yeah, you gained a little bit of weight.
Oh, well, that was her 13th reason. I'll tell you that. If I went to the gym
Marilyn,
and I saw somebody that told me that,
I swear Marilyn would never ever let me forget that shit. Like, she was like, I can't believe you said that. And I'm like, I was just agreeing with what she was saying. It was true.
Gosh,
I'm not going to lie to the girl. Why am I going to lie to her?
You don't have to say anything. You need to just change the subject. You're going to be like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
On to the next, how you been? Like, oh my God.
Yeah, no.
Stupid.
It was funny.
I think mine is worse.
It was funny because it was like yesterday when I went to a winery place. That's a winery restaurant type of thing. And also with Marilyn.
Right.
And when we sat down to order and everything, our waitress there, she was a girl with glasses, but she was chinita.
Mm-hmm.
So we sat with two other girls that were like, they were drinking there too. Marilyn met them there, and she just told them to like, let's all share a table, blah blah. And they were ready to go, and the girl was taking a little too long to come to the table so they can ask for their check. So one of the girls asked for whoever was around, and a waiter came, and she was like, can you call our waitress? Like, I'm ready to go. And he was like, can you describe how she looks like, who's your waitress? And I was like, she's Asian. And then the kid goes, I know exactly who it is. Wait a second.
The only Asian probably.
Yeah, but I mean, he just said Asian.
Exactly. But they all cracked the fuck up. I thought so too. But they all cracked the fuck up.
I guess that's how you say it too. I don't think he said it offensive though.
I didn't say it offensive, and she is fucking Asian.
But it's like, wow, really?
Yeah, like she's chinita, and I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna say, but I wasn't gonna say, she's Chinese, or she's Korean, or she's because they're all like, so I'm like, she's Asian.
I think it would have been rude if you would have been like, the fat girl with the glasses.
Yeah, no, I was just like, she's Asian, and that's it. But that's about it.
Well, I'm very socially awkward at work. Like, very bad. Like, sometimes I stutter. Sometimes, like, I've been talking, I'm like, I'm out of breath. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. I embarrass myself so much with customers. But there was one time at the jewelry store. I had one of my main customers. She had, like, a lot of money. Every time she went, she would spend a lot. Especially for her daughter. Her daughter had an accident that she had lost her left arm, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
she got
yeah, she didn't have it. So she went to the store with her son, like her daughter's boyfriend. He wanted to propose to her, so she wanted
the one with no arm.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wanted to see the engagement rings, for her daughter.
Okay.
So she knew the size and all that stuff. Whatever. I'm there, like, I'm showing her Pandora. We finished there, and I move her on to like the jewelry section, and they were on a budget. I showed them the rings. They were sold on one. And my dumb ass had
Did you say which
her,
arm, which hand?
What size? I think I said, what size is she on her left arm? Because that's where the engagement ring goes. Or I think I said, well, what size would she be? Or some shit. What hand would she use? I don't know what the fuck I said. And the mom dead ass looked at me and she's like, well, she only has one arm. And like, she just like stared at me. Like, it was like a serious thing. And like, I kind of giggled. And then I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the fuck I said, but I can feel my face turn red, and I had just walked away for a second. Like, I think I had said like, I'm gonna go to the back to get, I don't know what the fuck. And I swear, I was like, I went to the back, and I was just like, you're a fucking idiot. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, that was really embarrassing. And then after that, I was trying to like give them whatever free shit I could in the store, because sometimes we have like jewelry boxes from like old promotions, whatever. A discount on the ring. I don't know, bro. But I think I had told Zuleika. I don't remember. I was so fucking embarrassed.
Do you have anything, Pedro?
She ended up buying.
I told you I've been thinking about this shit forever now, and
I
can't think of one memory.
I mean,
in particular. It's bound to happen. And like, if it wasn't in school, it must have been like
somewhere
during a customer service job or something like that.
But
all I know is that shit can happen at any moment. And like with you, sometimes it's without you even realizing it, because you're like on autopilot. pretty much,
Yeah.
and you're just used to asking these questions, and then you didn't even realize.
It's true.
The only one that I could say that it can happen to anybody, like especially nowadays, is with people's gender identities. That it can be a lot
That's
harder
happened to me in the story
that
too.
somebody identifies as something and you don't know.
Yeah.
So
You call them
you
you
might
forget.
misgender. You might misgender them, and then they can
That's
either be cool about it or they can make it a scene.
Yeah.
True.
If they're cool about it, it's like, oh, okay, no biggie. You get me? If they make it a scene, then that's when it starts getting embarrassing. You get me? It's like, wow, like you putting me on the spot.
But they do. I think the people that identify themselves as that, I don't think they take it to heart because they know.
There's some people that are like hella extra.
No, but I think that they're very aware that it's very confusing for people. So it's kind of like you can't be like super fucking offended because the person called you he or she instead of a they when they're not used to that. You know, it's like it's sort of to be accustomed to. But that's funny that you said that story because that reminded me when I was working at the shoe store before. There would be a guy. I'm sure he lives in this area too. There was a guy, and I seen him before walk around. Well, somewhat walk around, but
is he missing a leg?
Yeah, he's missing a leg.
He's walking around missing a leg.
So, sorry, but
there you go. You offended him on accident again.
This is just proof that this is just your personality. You just don't
but look, the thing
fuck.
was that he came and walked inside the store, and it's a shoe store.
Hoping that he walked
So
inside
it's a shoe store. So he came in with his crutches and whatever, and I'm sure I saw him like somewhere else too. So he came in and then he wanted to try a shoe, a shoe, right? So I remember he wanted to try, I think, some Lacoste or something.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And I, brought him out the shoe and whatever, because that's my job.
Or the pair?
But he wanted
a 50%
no,
discount?
but no, he wanted. He was gonna. He liked the shoe and he wanted to buy it. But I was like, we don't just sell just one side of the shoe.
That was unnecessary.
No, because he was like, he told me like about just having one and whatever. I think he was kidding or something or playing around. But I'm like, I never, but at the time, I wasn't really like laughing about it because I'm like,
he was being for real.
I thought he was being for real. And
that was his 13th.
And I thought he was being for real. And I've never come across that kind of question with somebody that it's like that. So I was kind of like, I was like, no, like if you want the shoes, it's going to be both. Like,
oh my god.
Obviously, what you decide to do with the other pair, that's on you. But like, you need to buy both. So he ended up buying the shoes, but I was just like, yeah, no, you have to buy both.
But in his defense, like if the guy tried to make a joke and it didn't come off as a joke,
I'm sure it did. I'm just sure Jonathan's
maybe he just didn't get it.
Like,
I was like, I was serious about it. I was like, no, you're gonna be paying for both.
That was so funny though.
No,
they're like, I think I've seen him walking around. I'm kind of missing a leg.
Yeah, he was missing
from a distance, and he was like,
he was missing a whole ass leg, and then I was like, and when he came in to try the shoes, I was like, damn, he's really gonna just try it on one pair.
Gosh.
Like I didn't know. And that was the thing when he asked me that, it was very unexpected. That it kind of took like it caught me off guard, and I was just like,
damn,
because I didn't want to offend him,
I would have said it. But I mean, I can tell somebody's making a joke. I would have just laughed.
No, yeah, yes.
So then, quick question.
Yes,
because you're talking about somebody who's missing a leg. People that you've taken care of in customer service jobs that have some kind of disability, whether it be a physical or mental. How do you take care of them? Me personally, I treat them exactly the same as anybody else.
Oh yeah,
that's the truth.
I treat them the same.
I don't give anybody any special.
Yeah, I treat them the same.
If it's somebody with a mental disability, I'll help them out a little bit more, but I'm not going to treat them any different.
I can't say I've had anybody with like a mental disability or that I was aware that they had a mental disability. But I treat them exactly the same. Nobody gets discounts.
No.
Nobody gets discounts. Sorry, but
it all goes back to
nobody gets discounts. It's full price. You take it or you leave it. You take it or you leave it, and that's it.
No,
That's
no, like when I say I mean like an actual physical disability too. Like I said, like somebody with CNR, somebody in a wheelchair, somebody.
No, I treat them the same. I'm always nice with everybody. Look, I don't care black, white, Asian, crippled, whatever, mental disability. Like I treat you the same, much love. But the moment you cross that line, you start getting disrespectful. I'm matching that energy.
Yep, exactly.
I just remembered real quickly.
Now you want to talk.
Starbucks. You used to get a whole lot of different customers. There used to be this older Asian man who was deaf, and the way he would communicate with us was with his phone. He would just type out whatever he wanted, and I'm like, all right, cool. So whenever we got his stuff ready, I would personally take it to him.
Okay, that works too.
No,
damn, that shows you people don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but that's a wrap for this segment. Thank you guys. Until next time, everybody. Thank you for listening. Have a great week. Bye.